So welcome back to Heart with me, Shakti Sundari. We're here back at the Bali Spirit Festival and so looking forward to speaking with Franko Heke, who's come here all the way from New Zealand to speak to us. Franko is an incredible musician. He makes beautiful mantra music, he's a yogi, but he most importantly describes himself as a soul warrior, resonating love. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here with both of you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I don't really know anything about you, Frank, and I'm so excited to find out.
Is that an introduction to start? Well, I was born in Auckland, New Zealand. I am part Italian from my mother's side and part Maori from my father's, and Maori is the New Zealand native culture and people. Very similar to the Hawaiian people. We even have a very similar language, and it's a beautiful place to be from. And I grew up in a really loving family of two parents that were into meditating, and even though I didn't get it until I was about 30, I just saw them sitting there with their eyes closed. 34. I saw them, just sitting there every day with their eyes closed for about half an hour, and here's me thinking, okay, sweet, I'm going to go play the fool now while they're not looking. That was my introduction to meditation. It was like, oh, okay, sweet, they're focused on something else. I'm going to go, be a rascal.
Play around.
Yeah, and yet they put a seed there, a seed that has grown into a thing where when I was ready, which was about 4 years ago, I turned 30 and had a bit of a meltdown, a breakdown. Struggled with depression my whole life and anxiety.
Really?
Like
Since
chronic.
You were a young child?
Since I can remember, I have always just felt separated, alone in a crowd, and slightly down and just abstract. And I never knew quite what that was. But yeah, so I went on medication for my 8 years as a teenager through to my 20s. Started abusing alcohol, yet having a good time. Drugs, the whole thing, rock and roll lifestyle, rock and roll music.
Were you already a musician by that point though?
Yeah, I've been strumming a guitar since I was like 5 years old. Just the house guitar. Dad taught me my first 3 chords, and I was away. Always singing. My parents say I was singing. Came out the womb, and I was like la. Oh. Yeah, and so I've always known how healing singing is and playing music. And now my mission is to allow everyone to feel that incredible healing power, because I believe everyone's a musician. If you got a voice, you can sing. If you got hands, you can clap or hit a drum. If you got feet, you can dance and let it out, because it's so therapeutic. It's like unraveling this bird's nest, this inside of you, which a lot of people don't give themselves the ability to let go of their stuff. And I feel so light after singing, and I do it every day. And finding this sacred music, mantra from the East, and I now incorporate my native language, Maori, with these mantras as well, and sharing this with people is uber healing for me, and it looks like it's healing for so many people too. So. Maori order. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. We pay homage to the spirits here, the old and the new.
So then I'm really curious to know what happened to flip you from this state of depression into being the one who's the soul warrior.
It was so bad that I was suicidal a lot, you know. And depression's a funny one because you feel so crap when you're going through it. But what actually it is a person that has depression is a very sensitive, overly sensitive person that just wants things to be better than they seem at the moment. And so, as I said, a meltdown, a breakdown, you know, a 3-month stint not wanting to leave the house because walking down the street was too scary because there's people out there, you know, and in my own head, didn't know that my thoughts weren't me at that time, you know, believing the negative stuff that was repeating, the mantra, the old mantra, which was negative in my head. But as I said before, my parents were meditators, so I sourced vipassana, a 10-day silent course, which you basically submerge yourself for 10 days, no phone, no pen and paper, no nothing, and you learn how to meditate for 10 days and cut yourself off from the world, and that's where I met myself for the first time. Without any distractions, I couldn't feel crappy and then go eat something crappy or go on Facebook or just distract myself from what was going on. At Vipassana, you're just left up to yourself and you have to work through, you know, and amazing things happen. That was really the transition, was Vipassana. 10 days vegan diet, and I've been eating meat and not unhealthy food, but you know, I discovered how amazing no meat is and how light I felt just by eating this particular diet. So that was a massive change. Sitting there meditating with my own thoughts, getting taught that my thoughts aren't me, they're just things that come through and I can just observe them and not attach to them, which is a big thing because we think that everything that goes through our head is us. But it's just a movie, and we can create the script as we go. We can choose again, you know.
That's such amazing transformation though, like to go from that to that.
Yeah.
In that space of time.
Yeah. I didn't mess around. Yeah.
It sounds almost like you had an awakening in a way in that moment, because going from that to describing yourself now as a soul warrior, you know, I feel it, it's true, it's not some bullshit that you're just spouting.
No.
You're living it.
No. And humbly saying that I'm a soul warrior, because my only mission is to try and help people to feel as good as I feel now. That's it. I don't need to feel any better than I feel. I feel like I am the world, you know. I am everything, as we all are, and everything's a miracle right now. We have to wait for them. It's just here already. This moment is crazy. Wow, look at us talking in this amazing setting of Bali. We felt an earthquake this morning, a 6.4 Richter scale earthquake. Like, how many miracles do you need before you wake up? And sometimes we don't wake up until that situation that we're going through is hurtful enough, was painful enough. And it just shook me out of a sleep of old paradigm, you know. I was playing rock music at people, you know. I always loved music, but rock and roll is kind of, a lot of it is playing at people, singing at people. Right. Apart from the chorus where everyone sings along. The only difference is now is that I sing the chorus constantly now. The mantra is very simple, it's very all-inclusive. It's not about the division between the rock star and the audience anymore. There's no division, it's all one. And I melt into everybody, you know. So there's no hierarchy, there's no, you know, looking up to your idols. We're all gods and goddesses.
And what switched you on to the mantra music? Because you've been doing it about 4 years?
Yes. Oh, I've only been doing mantra for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So from Vipassana, it all led from Vipassana. I felt so goddamn sore from sitting there in meditation for 10 days, like 10 hours a day for 10 days, that I had to source some kind of activity to stretch my body. So naturally yoga came from that. And in the yoga studios, mantra music is playing everywhere, and I couldn't believe what this music was. At the time, I basically quit music actually for about 6 months. So I was like, I don't want to be a part of an industry anymore. Selling records, working your ass off to.
Were you really successful in that sort of that genre?
Yeah, in New Zealand and a bit of Australia and a bit of America too. Yeah, I had some songs that did really well, and I've always tended to write positive music, subconsciously probably to get myself through into a higher, just more positive state myself. But I didn't want to be part of an industry anymore, a critical, judgmental kind of environment, that X Factor, American Idol place that it's gotten to, which is so far away from the medicine that actually what music is. So I quit music for about 6 months and just did yoga and meditated and found my tribe amongst this new kind of pure environment. And then I heard the mantra music in the studios. I was like, oh, I can't just sit here and let this happen. I gotta figure out what this is and play my guitar again and sing this. And then I found kirtan. And that's when things all changed. Yeah, this music, which is a call and response format, where the kirtan wallah, the kirtan leader, sings a line of ancient Sanskrit, thousands of years old, this language, and the whole crowd sings it back, and then it just goes back and forth until we just vortex into the matrix, and everything just gets better. Your heart opens, you level with everybody, all energy becomes one, and you can never go back once you found it. It's so consistent, the healing power of mantra.
Is that all that you do now in your musical?
So I do like a traditional form of mantra, keeping it really traditional, and now I've taken it to this new sonic sound where, because I'm really into good sounding records as well, so I've taken mantra music, ancient music, into this new realm, and it's hard to explain what that is unless you listen to it, but it's big, it's ethereal, it's epic, and it just makes me want to sing and get involved with it, and so many others too. It's really happening, getting messages all around the world every day from people saying how healing it is for them, and especially people that have sort of some kind of disorder. I got a message from a guy 2 days ago with Parkinson's disease, and he was playing my mantras, and he was like, man, this is helping me just relax and get to sleep, you know? And I didn't, it's taken a while to hear those messages, to be honest, because I find it difficult to receive love. I'm quite good at giving it. But I'm just starting to listen to that and the greatness of what that is, you know. I might never meet him, but he has just caught the ball that I threw on the other side of the world, and it's helping him in some way, and mission accomplished, you know. But if it helps one person, done deal. Gayatri, yeah.
And do you also play individually, or is it always Gayatri?
Yeah. So I'm playing. I'm doing probably 2 or 3 kirtans in New Zealand every week, and sometimes the girls that are in the group can't travel with me, so I'm playing by myself or bringing other musicians. And I love jamming with whoever's around. You know, if I'm vibing them, I just want to bring them in. But with the looping thing that I'm doing, I can beatbox and create the drums and bass guitars over that, and harmonies here, and create quite a big sound. Oh, ding. I love it. 3 dings. And create quite a big sound by myself, so I'm never afraid to just go and step forward solo. But I love playing with people too.
So do you feel like this is your purpose at the moment then? I mean, it feels like you're just living in the flow of your divine gifts and everything. Do you feel very driven towards something, or called to be?
Yeah. Yes, it is my purpose. It is the practice, my personal practice that I do with people. So it is helping me just as much as I hope it's helping other people. And I can't think of a more sustainable model than something I'm going to be doing anyway, you know, and people can join in. And what this is, this kind of practice is me lighting the spark to the bonfire, and everyone is the bonfire. You know, I just sort of light it, and then everyone goes, whoosh, you go, bing, and boom. And if I find myself in amazing places all around the world now, doing this with people, you know, all races and faces.
Traveling.
Yeah. Yeah. So I let go of playing the probably more lucrative music, other people's music, cover songs, and my own, and higher paying jobs like bars and clubs and whatnot, and now my bank account isn't as high as it used to be, but my soul bank is just overflowing, you know, and that's the one that matters.
Curious about you said the integration of Maori language in your chanting and your music as well. So tell us a bit about that in terms of...
Yeah, well, everything's a mantra. Everything is a mantra, and as I said, I used to repeat really negative ones, you know. I didn't think very highly of myself at all. Everyone was more exciting and better than me, and even when I was playing to people that mostly were enjoying what I was doing, I'd pick the one guy out of the crowd that didn't look like he was having a good time and let him ruin my night, you know. And it's all mantra, you know. So once I found the format of kirtan, the call and response, all-inclusive, participatory format, I just felt called to use my native tongue, my native language, to incorporate that in the gold and the goodness of that format and practice. So it was just a natural progression to have my own language recognized and cross-pollinating. We are all one, we're all the same. And I want to expand into other languages too, to really unify the planet by acknowledging everyone's individual languages, but with this format of singing.
You went on to do some yoga teacher training, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're also a yoga teacher, you actively teach it?
I've never been really called to teach in studios, but I run retreats and I teach yoga at my retreats in New Zealand. And I just love just stop dropping and yogaing wherever, and and sometimes people follow, and that kind of fluid vibe. Yeah.
And how have you found that those two, like your music and your yoga, inform one another?
Well, music can take us to a beautiful space, whatever the music is. So I love making soundtracks to the back of my classes, to really create a beard for the classes I do. What my dream is from one of my dreams from this moment forward would be to, because I do a lot of looping, so I can create beats and sounds and ethereal sounds and have that going. And then what I want to do is create those vibes and then go teach the class, and then come back every 10 minutes, change the vibe, and then go teach, maybe a yin type vibe where people are in poses for like 5 minutes at a time, so I can create a different mood for that 5 minutes, go rock the teaching, come back to the music, and just sort of come back and forth. I sort of vision myself doing that kind of a class. Yeah, yin is something that I really resonate with, just slowing down, stopping.
Just want to ask you something about, just popped into my head about being a man, doing what you're doing and being in this spiritual environment. Because I'm quite aware that of the importance of awakening in the masculine and the feminine. And I see you as someone who's a bit of a role model in a way for men on this path.
Wow.
Are you aware of that?
That is a beautiful statement to say. Thank you. It's something that I'm talking about more and more with my man friends. Well, we're men in the making, and the conversations being that we haven't had many role models ourselves. So I've been like to my guy friends, my tribe, we might need to step up and create the role model. We need to be the role model. How do we do that? Let's keep talking to each other about real stuff. Let's talk about our feelings, our emotions, our dark sides, our deepest, darkest secrets. And since we've been doing that, we've been finding common ground everywhere, more and more that we're the same. And so let's all step through from boys to men and help each other, take our hands and walk through the fire, the snow, the rain, the sun together. So if that's resonating already, that I could be a role model, a good role model for people, then I'm probably on the right path. So it feels good. Yeah, but I haven't seen too many role models of men that I want to necessarily aspire to be. And in the West, we don't have too many processes where we inaugurate boys into men, like so many ancient tribes do. So I think we need to create that, and that's happening because we need to make it happen. Yeah, I should have been where I am now at 16 years old, and we can make that happen. Leave something in the world just a little better than you found it, and
wow.
So let's bring these kids through. Love you. Oh, and our women have been waiting for us for too long, by the way. So we're coming, finally. Just hold on.
Yeah. Do you have a parting message for our viewers?
So many. Remember that you don't even need to love yourself. Just remember that you are love. And we are all in this together. You are not alone. You are so loved. You are so loved. Feel it now, even if it doesn't feel real. Feel how loved you are right now, because it's the truth. And I'm here for you too. Namaste. Thank you.
So I just want to add, if people want to find you, connect with you, we will link to your website. But
Beautiful.
is it gayatri.com?
Yeah, or frankoheke.com, and it's Franko with a K, FrankoHeke.com. Yeah, come talk to me.
Yeah. And go listen to him.
Yeah. It's been an honor to sit with you.
Thank you.
It's been a while coming.
Gone into this beautiful space now.
I'd like to share a Maori greeting with you called the hongi.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just come a little bit closer. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. But we're going to touch third eye to third eye, nose to nose, face heart to heart, and exchange prana. And this is how we greet each other in New Zealand.
Hold your hands.
So nose to nose. Our ancestors meet and we say kia ora.
Kia ora.
Thank you. Stay. Thank you. Thank us.
Wow, I feel really blessed to have had this meeting and this time with Franko, an amazing human being. And thank you so much for watching. Join me again next time on Heart to Heart with me, Shakti Sundari.